All right. Look, I hate scumbags, and I also hate it when corporations are dismissing the fact that there are good people stepping up against scumbags. Now, for the last 2 days, we did talk about Roblox and what happened to this one YouTuber named Schlep, who has been stepping up and exposing PDF files and criminals and, you know, individuals who are doing harm to children. Now, most of you in my audience are parents. Most of you are grandparents. Some of you are uncles and aunts, big brothers, big sisters, guardians, you name it. And I think we all can universally agree that people who hurt children or abuse children should go to the heavy industrial wood chipper. And you would think Roblox would be smart. But no, in fact, they're choosing to be stupid. So please, everyone, when I clip this video, please share it far and wide. Roblox decided for transparency, we are sharing more information about our decision to remove vigilantes from Roblox. Roblox is a known, and community notes right here came in here. Roblox is a known history of refusing to take action against predators. That's all what I could say. And the internet is dragging them. For example, removing PDF file hunters and keeping the PDF files. No child should ever play this trash. Roblox is a platform ran by PDF files. Disgusting. Read the damn room. You guys effed up really bad. You're silencing those who expose predators, yet allowing the predators themselves to remain unchecked. There's something profoundly troubling about that. You got a SpongeBob meme right there. You decide to ban the guy removing PDF files off your app instead of actual PDF files because they made you more money, boost your numbers, and keep your stockholders happy. Y'all are sick in the head. Look, here's what I'm going to say to all the parents, grandparents, teachers, uncles, aunts, big brothers, big sisters, guardians. Corporations don't care. They don't until they get humiliated enough or they get exposed enough. And I would say burn their wallet too. So what was their big brain statement? Here's what they're doing. Now, again, vigilante. It's very troubling that they're calling Schlep a vigilante because in a previous video that we played, he has reached out to Roblox. That's a fact. He reached out to them first. And in fact, I'm pretty sure he's got a lot of evidence showing that he's been reaching out to them first. You know, when it comes down to criminals hurting children, you want to make sure you got all your I's dotted, your T's crossed, and plenty and plenty and plenty and plenty and good and plenty of receipts. I understand that this is a very difficult story to talk about, but let's go ahead. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Looks like Roblox are making bad decisions both on the moral level and the financial level. And I say let them burn. In fact, let's have democracy in the chat. Put this in the comments section when I clip. How do you feel about Roblox? Type 1 for Kit. Give them a chance. Maybe they don't know. A type 2, burn their wallets. Burn it down. Burn it all down. Burn it all down. The correct answer is 2. I know it's democracy, but go with the majority of opinion. Burn it down and get out the heavy industrial wood chipper. So here's what they went on to write in their big-brained decision. Their decision. And yes, everyone, the correct answer is 2. We are sharing more information about why it was necessary to remove vigilantes from Roblox. Schlep is not a vigilante, and the ways in which we review and act reports of abuse on Roblox. While seemingly well-intentioned, the vigilantes were banned, have taken actions that are both unacceptable and create an unsafe environment for users. You mean an unsafe environment for predators? I don't want predators to feel safe. I want them to feel scared as we light up the heavy industrial flamethrower. Similar to actual Whoa! Listen to this one. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonated young people. Got to be careful how I word things here. Here, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can read it too. So we can read it too, like a family. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonated young people, actively approached other users, then tried to lead them to other platforms to have very explicit conversations. That's not how they did things. Accurate, timely reporting from our community is important. Reporting through the appropriate channels, including our custom design reporting tools, immediately and with as much specific information as possible is the best way to help us remove bad actors from Roblox. Schlep has done that. These reporting tools are designed to capture key metadata and details that cannot be captured from an email or screenshot, enable faster and more effective reviews, and more thorough reporting to law enforcement when warranted. I'm going to say this again. And I mean no disrespect to nobody here. All right? I understand, like, oh, yeah, we got to go through the actual channels, right? Corporations don't care. I'm very sorry I have to say this. I want to pull this up here. This is a YouTuber called Creekcraft who they did a Roblox funeral for a Schlep that got banned live. So I just want to play this video. It's only 32 seconds, but let's play. Sorry about that, folks. If it's muted quiet, I apologize. Let me just go ahead and
wrong here to be upset about this. And it's like, wait, oh my God, wait, chat. No way, bro. Oh my God, wait, chat, is it back? Lightning just struck my yard and it shut down all the power in my house. Bro, Roblox sent the lightning after me. Oh my God. Well, they got us, chat. They got us. We're rebels on the run. It's over, bro.
So what's happening here is this Schlep funeral. That server got banned by Roblox. So again, in 2 days ago, we did a video talking about, and we did a video response to Schlep saying that his account was taken down, and many people on the Roblox platform want to do a funeral for him, right? And Roblox, in their big brain decision, decided to do a funeral or remove said funeral.
Man, they got that game faster than. Wait, let me look. Let me look. Hold on. Let me just take a look. Maybe they got these games too. Now they're still up. Maybe if we play, maybe we should do the funeral in Public Shower Simulator. That way Roblox would actually ban it.
That's what's going on here. That's what's happening here. So Roblox will keep those controversial games up in which people are abusing the system. But I also want to pull this up here too, because now more people are talking about this story.
Than 75 million.
Now, this is from local Fox 32 News here in Chicago, I believe.
Million people play this game every day, and according to marketing research company Black Linko, more than half of these players are actually under the age of 17. But a group of lawsuits allege that the company behind the online video game isn't doing enough to protect its users. And one of the lawsuits was filed by Chicago law firm Steiner, Gould, Greco, and Hensley in Polk County, Iowa. Now, it alleges the company provides, quote, a hunting ground for child sex predators. Joining us now is Mike Greco and Steve Vanderpoorten, attorneys at that firm. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. This is really disturbing because this is an extremely popular game. And as we said, majority of people are under 17. Tell us about the case you guys have. Your client was 13, and it was a 37-year-old predator that got to her. Maybe you can explain.
Thank you for having us, first and foremost, Sylvia, to talk about this very important issue. What happened to our client is every parent's worst nightmare. A 13-year-old girl playing a game that is designed for children was introduced and ultimately groomed by a 37-year-old predator. Their discussions led to this predator traveling from his home state in Tennessee, kidnapping our client, trafficking her back to Tennessee, and repeatedly abusing her. It is a horrific case. It's something that both Mike and I and the rest of our firm are intent on making sure never happens again.
Okay, so let's talk about that then. How could something like this happen? Are there not the proper protections for this game? What's going on here?
Well, Sylvia, our client downloaded the game in 2020, and that's when Roblox really saw its usership explode because so many children were home because of the pandemic. And in 2020, there were simply inadequate safeguards to protect against communications between adults and children. And as a result, our client was left completely vulnerable to any adult on the internet, and unfortunately was subjected to horrific abuse.
Now I want to pause here. Look, I'm just gonna say this here to a lot of people. You know, I know that we have the internet connected to our lives. I know we have a lot. You know, that we have like all this information and entertainment at our fingertips, but my God, accountability starts at home. And I think this is a story that needs to be shared with as many parents as possible, many people as possible, because I don't think anybody really knows just how bad this is. And I want to let everyone also see this too, because I typed this in my Google search, and already, you know, you got a lot of news outlets from Yahoo, The Independent, you know, everybody, GameSpot, everyone across the platform for the last 24 hours talking about Roblox and how it has allowed predators to attack and hurt children. You know, you got Business Insider, CBS News. I mean, this is altogether a systematic failure on Roblox's part to protect its users. And Schlep did nothing wrong. And he has gone through the proper sources. You know, this was artwork that was made for him by a fan, you know, and I think it's wrong that Roblox decided to do this. And in my opinion, alone, the only way this is going to start gaining more attention, because already only so far as it stands right now, Representative Ro Khanna has stepped up with this, you know, holding Roblox accountable. I hope other politicians do the same. But then I remember these are politicians, and they're also right now everyone's trying to bury the Epstein story, which is okay, fine. Everyone's burying that, but I don't know. Maybe protecting kids can that actually happen for once? Now, one of my concerns about this is that, you know, this story could also die on the vine and people will forget. This is where we have to have, or you hold these corporations accountable for a lot of their crimes. Okay. There are scumbag people out there. Now, the thing is, there is a little bit of a danger here that has me a little bit worried. And that is, of course, could this impact other platforms like YouTube or any other like social media platform? Again, you know, you don't want the government starting to dictating these ID laws, right? Because then all of a sudden, as we've covered in the past with YouTube IDs, or either that, questioning like, you know, whether or not you are an adult watching on YouTube, you know, you have to give your government ID and credit card, which is not a good thing to do. I would say, again, full on parenting, full on accountability has to start at home. And the internet is part of our lives, whether we like it or not. And so boomers, Gen Xers, and older millennials, we remember a time before the internet. Okay. And yes, the world was just as scary as it is now. But now we have to be full on internet literate to protect everyone that's going to be coming after us, or coming after us, like not after us, but I mean, I'm talking about the next generations after us. Let me rephrase that. The generations that will be coming after Gen Z, of course, we need to make sure to have the all-seeing eye on what they're seeing and what they're doing. You don't want big brother government, you know, overstepping and coming into our lives. But at the same time, too, there needs to be accountability. And Roblox, with their tone-deaf statement, with their inability to read the room, if there's ever been an example of a corporation that needs to be curb stomped by everybody, this is it right now. It's sort of like everyone in the bar, get up and let's go ahead and jump that dude in the alley, okay? It'll be a fun bonding moment, and once their teeth are kicked in, we go right back to drinking some beer, as we should. So I would say again to parents, if you really want to do a gut check, burn Roblox's wallet.
So, from what you say, it was fairly easy early on before any boarding limits were put on this game. And this is one client, but there are more.
So we represent over 400 children that were sexually exploited at the hands of Roblox. And we know that just in 2023 alone, there were 13,000 reports of sexual exploitation. And just as you said on the outset, there are 32 million individuals under the age of 13 that are using this application. So we think that there are tens and tens of thousands of individuals dating back to the early days of Roblox that have been sexually exploited by the company.
Okay, so Roblox now says that it is doing something to make some changes, and they actually put out a statement addressing this because this has been brought up by multiple people. And it says, "We are deeply troubled by any incident that endangers our users, and safety is a top priority. We dedicate substantial resources, including advanced technology and 24/7 human moderation to help detect and prevent inappropriate content and behavior, including attempts to direct users off the platform where safety standards and moderation may be less stringent than ours."
Bullshit. 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 They don't care. These corporations don't care. They're only making this statement out right now is because they've been caught.
So
by the way, this was recently tweeted out by Schlep right now. Want to pull this up here for everybody to witness. So I'm creating an unsafe environment. Meanwhile, at Roblox, again, their thoughts on vigilante. So look, a lot of weird, not safe for work kind of games that are very questionable that no kid should be exposed to. A little bit more about why they're removing vigilantes, all right? We have been monitoring vigilante activity on Roblox for some time. These groups began by reporting safety concerns, commenting on news about Roblox, and challenging us to do better. We appreciate this feedback. No, they don't. And use these reports to improve our safety systems. No, you haven't. More recently, vigilante activity evolved. Instead of just reporting on safety issues, vigilantes started impersonating children and actively sought to connect with adult users. Those conversations mimicked inappropriate behavior and actively encouraged other users to connect on other social media and messaging platforms, thus bypassing Roblox's own safety systems. These were not one-off situations. We saw the behavior accelerating across many accounts. This activity created an unsafe environment and normalized behavior that is both unacceptable on Roblox and is against our terms of use. Our policies prohibit directing other users off Roblox to another platform through chat and having simulated explicit conversations. I got to be careful because it's YouTube. These are serious policy violations that risk removal from the platform. I have played Schlep's response video, and he has addressed this. Okay, Roblox, he has gone through the system. A lot of other people have gone through the system that you guys have. You're only making this statement worse for yourselves. Hey, folks, let's have democracy in the chat. Do you like Roblox's response so far that they've given to users and parents? Type 3 for Kit. It's an appropriate response. It's very good. Type 4. No, it's not. And I think it's time to burn some wallets. And I think that's a good idea. Let's burn Roblox wallets. That's what we should do. This is an extremely tone-deaf response by Roblox. I think that their actions are extremely questionable, and everyone should be screaming from the rooftop about this. And I think as more people speak out, as more people start challenging their actions, I think we can actually create a safer environment for people, okay? I'm actually thoroughly, legitimately pissed, angry, furious. And I think every single parent should be sharing this story far and wide. And let's go ahead and hold this game accountable, as we should. And a side note too, I mean, you know, when they send out that cease and desist and threaten litigation, I'm pretty sure Schlep felt afraid. Don't feel afraid anymore. There are many people standing in solidarity with you, and I think Roblox has been properly exposed, as they should.